Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about news surrounding CBDC developments in the UK and what this means for Quant. So on the 25th of March, the Digital Pound Foundation tweeted details in regards to the Bank of England working alongside MIT in regards to developments surrounding CBDCs. The tweet read, "The Bank of England and MIT have agreed to collaborate on a 12-month research project on CBDCs. The collaboration forms part of the bank's wider research and exploration into CBDCs and will be focused on exploration and experimentation of potential technology approaches. This work is focused on exploratory technology research and is not intended to develop an operational CBDC. No decision has been made on whether to introduce a CBDC in the UK, which would be a major national infrastructure project. Undertaking this type of technical research will help inform wider policy thinking around CBDCs." So MIT's involvement surrounding developments to CBDCs alongside the Bank of England isn't limited to the UK, whereby MIT have worked alongside other central banks, including the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve, whereby in the case of the Federal Reserve, so MIT have worked alongside the Boston branch of the Fed in view of developing a hypothetical CBDC. The project was dubbed Project Hamilton. Initiatives surrounding Project Hamilton led to the development of a hypothetical CBDC which was able to process hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, whilst finality surrounding CBDC actions were achieved in seconds. So the Bank of England are conducting research surrounding CBDC developments, namely due to the public using physical cash less often, and the use of CBDCs could be a means of enabling UBI payments to be enabled more effectively across the wider UK economy. So the following clip features the Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, going into details surrounding developments to CBDCs across the wider G7 countries and the implications surrounding CBDCs in such economies.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote that could be used alongside physical notes and coins. Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK. And governments and central banks across the world are working together, looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice. This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient and available to everyone. A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future. It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK. The decision on whether to launch a central bank digital currency is for each country to make, and no G7 jurisdiction has yet made that choice. These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy, financial systems, and the way in which people interact with money and payments. That's why working together and careful evaluation with our international partners is essential. In the UK, earlier this year, I announced a new joint task force between the Treasury and the Bank of England to look into a potential CBDC as a complement to cash and bank deposits. We're also hearing from firms, technology experts and others. Under the leadership of the UK, this report today will help support and inform exploration of CBDCs in the G7 and beyond. With these principles, the G7 is leading an important step change in the global policy conversation. The report covers a range of important matters, such as financial stability, cyber resilience, energy efficiency, privacy, inclusion, and tackling illicit finance. These factors should all be considered when designing and potentially delivering a CBDC that would be fit for the future. Our shared objective is to ensure that CBDCs will be grounded in long-standing commitments to transparency, the rule of law, and sound economic governance. The G7 will continue its work in this important area, working with others to enhance understanding and use of these principles. We're excited to be taking a leading role with G7 members in publishing this exploratory work, bringing money and finance into the 21st century.
So MIT's direct affiliation with the likes of the Bank of England, the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve is coupled with MIT's partnership with Quant. So Quant's Gilbert Verdian provided details in regards to the implications surrounding a partnership between MIT and Quant, and how MIT saw the potential Quant offers, especially surrounding the ability for interoperability.
I started thinking, what's the best way to do it? And I kept going back to IETF. So IETF is the Internet Engineering Task Force. They're the ones that endorsed and enabled TCP/IP to happen. They're the ones that basically created the protocols that run the internet. And I thought this is the right forum because it's a protocol. Just coincidentally, I've been thinking about it, and I spoke at an event, and one of the MIT people, one of the professors, he spoke at the same event, and what he said, I just realized he gets it, and so MIT understand where this is all heading. They've got that foundational core internet technology background to be able to do this, and I'm talking about BGP and routing protocols and stuff that powers the internet of today. And I approached them. I said, look, I've got this idea. We need to create a protocol that can allow the seamless move of digital assets between different networks and different gateways. What do you think? And they agreed. So they said this is a great idea. And this is the wider MIT. It's not the DCI. So the DCI is just an institution within the department that's specifically tasked to do one thing. But this is the wider MIT. So we kicked this off, and we've been working on it for the last few months, and now it's at a stage where we had our first IETF meeting yesterday, so we've got the US government involved, the thing that we put together that's public already. There's the likes of Juniper and Intel part of it. We've got payment companies interested in it. We've got telecoms companies interested in it. So they're all on the call. So it's started to be a big thing. And what we're looking to do is to create that internet scale protocol to move digital assets between different types of networks and different types of gateways.
MIT and Quant have worked together over a number of initiatives, especially surrounding CBDC developments, whereby both MIT and Quant both published a joint paper discussing the implications CBDCs could have over economies, be it at a national level or across the world. The paper was titled Implementing a CBDC, the Challenges and a Solution. The paper detailed a number of implications surrounding CBDCs, including the need for security, privacy, performance, openness, and interoperability between payment systems associated with CBDC protocols. So the paper detailed the benefits and potential implications associated with CBDC utility, whereby one striking point put forward by the paper was the potential limitations surrounding interoperability between legacy systems and future CBDC ledgers. Variations in the underlying technology which powers such networks could be a limitation in the ability for datasets specific to legacy infrastructure to be transported to CBDC ledgers at a given time. The paper mentioned, instead, the new system must allow the use of existing banking technology and systems and leverage recent ID investments. So the need for interoperability, especially surrounding legacy systems and CBDC ledgers, means that an underlying universal technology will be required to enable such actions to emerge. And the only technological innovation on the marketplace which enables the seamless connectivity between DLT networks or between legacy and DLTs is Quant's overledger. So interoperability mechanisms induced by Quant's overledger will be a means of enabling varying networks, be it legacy or DLT based, to plug into the offering at a given time. So the connectivity of legacy and DLT infrastructure into overledger will enable datasets native to such networks to be seamlessly and actively exchanged between such networks at a given time. So mechanisms of utility and interoperability provided by Quant's overledger will be a means of overcoming the limitation put forward by the Quant MIT paper in the lack of interoperability between legacy and DLT networks, as overledger will enable datasets between varying networks, be it legacy or DLT based, to actively communicate and be distributed to each other more seamlessly. And this will provide the connectivity and the merging of legacy banking infrastructure with future CBDC ledgers. So with the likes of the Bank of England, the Bank of Canada and the Federal Reserve looking to CBDC developments, all these central banks will need to directly leverage an offering which will enable the connectivity of their legacy banking infrastructure with their future CBDC ledgers. And as mentioned, the only innovation on the marketplace which provides such connectivity parameters is Quant's overledger. And if these central banks see overledger as a means of enabling the connectivity of banking infrastructure with CBDCs, Quant will see inevitable increases to its overall utility and also such central banks will have to actively purchase QNT to gain access to Quant's offerings and, in extension, overledger. What are your thoughts on Quant? Do you think the Bank of England will use Quant? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.